Hello and welcome back to the channel. Sadly, my Maluch isn't still in driving condition. However, I've been using a guest car over the last couple of days and I've decided to record a video about that. I'm going to reveal the car shortly. It is obviously a way newer car. It's from 2016. It's very comfy. It has an automatic gearbox. So without further ado, let's quickly reveal the car. It is my father's 2016 pre-facelift Peugeot 308 and I've been enjoying it very much over the last couple of days, so I've decided to record a video about that. First, we're going to start with a quick walk around of the car, then I will go through the interior and finally the trunk and the engine bay. So there's a lot to talk about. Let's get started and enjoy the video. This is the 2016 pre-facelift model. The facelift was mostly here in the front. They cut off the front nose a little bit, which in my taste doesn't look as good as the pre-facelift model. Anyway, let's go farther. Here we have obviously winter tires. It is January and in Austria it is mandatory to have winter tires from November 1st until April 14th, I believe. Obviously depending on the weather conditions. Today it is rather warm, so it is not necessary to have winter tires due to the regulations. However, it is recommended. In this case we have 205s, 55s, R16s. These summer wheels are much more beautiful. They are 17 inches and different rubber, of course. Here on the side we have the side seals that come with the GT line package. More on that in a bit. Here to the right we have the filler cap. Obviously it's a diesel engine. Why am I telling you about the filler cap? It is sometimes funny when I go to the gas station and I don't use the car very much, so I forget on which side the filler cap is on. So it may be some embarrassing moments there going to the gas station, but that's rarely the case. Anyway, I said this is the GT line. Obviously here we have the badging. There were four different trims of the car: the Active, the Allure, the GT line, which is this model, and the GT. The differences, there are a lot of differences. However, between the GT model and the GT line model, the differences are pretty minor. If memory serves me right, the biggest changes, or the biggest change between the GT line and the GT itself, is the horsepower of the car. This one has 150 horsepower PS, and the GT has 230. As again, if memory serves me right. Again, still here in the back we have the towing hook that's been rarely used before, maybe once or twice towing my Maluch, and those excitingly looking exhaust tips, I should say, which by the way are fake as on most modern cars today, so they look good but serve no purpose. Again, as I've said before, I've been using the car for a number of days. It's very comforting, the car. It has all the necessary things that modern cars have, lane assist and so on and so forth. But although it's sunny outside, it's pretty cold, so let me just quickly jump into the cabin and let's continue there. Let's talk interior of the car, and we're going to start here in the front with the driver's seat. It is very nice. It is Nappa leather with red stitching, which in my opinion looks absolutely fantastic. Furthermore, it is a comfort seat, which means that you can electronically pivot it forwards and backwards. It is a memory seat, which is quite cool because you can set it for two different drivers, which is quite convenient when my father and I are switching positions. It is a 5-speed automatic gearbox, which is quite convenient because driving the car in and around town is always nice to have an automatic gearbox. Here we have the traction control limiter or traction control switch on and off, the eco system whenever it starts stop mode, and the parking assist. Let me just quickly step into the cabin. Obviously we have here the cockpit itself. The steering wheel is very nice and small, which is very cool in my taste because it is not too large, and you can either, if you're in a Formula 1 position in the car, you can see right through it, or if you're more upright, you can see right above it. This is the position that I prefer. Obviously, we have here the fuel gauge. We're quite low on fuel. The speedometer, as you can see, the car has currently a little over 75,000 kilometers on the auto. Let's quickly continue to the entertainment system. Siri just switched on, sorry for that. Let me just put the fans on a lower mode because it's distracting. Anyway, the entertainment system is obviously 6 years by now, almost 7 years. So in today's standards, it is pretty laggy, but it does whatever it needs to. The nav system needs an update, but anyway, that's not the point. We have heated seats as well for the driver and for the passenger with the 12-volt socket right here. Obviously, we have a USB drive and an aux. Gear shifter is nice. Here we have two different settings. Sport mode is that the gearbox switches gears at higher RPM, and the winter mode, I really don't know what it does because I've never used it before. Start, stop, and the emergency brake, which is sadly this one, not a mechanical one. And here we have a cup holder, which is quite convenient. Obviously the glove box, storage compartments, and so on and so forth. As I said, it is a very comfortable car. I like driving it, but let's quickly jump into the back and see what's there. It is a 3-person configuration. As you can see, we have 3 seat belts. Sadly, this one is just tucked behind the seats right there. We have this partition here, so you can load up skis as well if you're on a ski trip. There's decent space here in the back. Obviously, I'm a rather short person, 170, so taller people may have a little slightly less leg space here, but there's enough headroom, and as I said, it's very, very comfortable. Anyway, I guess that is pretty much it for the interior of the car. Just a look from the back here. It is in general a very, very nice car. But that's it for the interior. So let's talk trunk stuff. Obviously, the trunk is in the back, as with most modern cars nowadays. It is fairly decently sized. It even has space for a fridge. This fridge has been in my father's possession for over 25 years, ever since his days as a truck driver. Now it comes in quite handy if my parents enjoy a longer drive, mostly on vacation to Poland. Having a fridge is always a good thing because there's always something cool to drink and something to bite. Anyway, having a fridge comes with a 12-volt socket, or the other way around. This 12-volt socket here in the back comes with the GT line trim. Let me just quickly pull that away. Just like that. Let me just quickly pivot the seats forward. Something that isn't new on cars nowadays, but I would like to show you the entire capacity of the trunk. Just like that. Here we go, Mama's neck pillow, which is always around for the drives. And there you go. It's fairly decently sized, as I said before. You can lug around huge stuff, which is very, very nice to have, especially again with Mama's road trips to Poland. Anyway, let me just quickly pull everything back together, and then I'm going to tell you a few words about the engine. So let's do that. Alright, a few words about the engine, but first we have to pop open the hood. That is easily done. The latch is right here next to the driver's door. Just give this a pull. However, opening the hood is always a different task, but we'll manage, I guess. And there you go. This is a 150 PS diesel engine, which equates to 148 brake horsepower at 3,750 RPM. This car generates 370 Newton meters of torque, which again equates to 272 foot-pounds of torque. It is a front-wheel drive, and it averages around 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is quite nice. This equates to 73 miles per gallon UK and 60 miles per gallon US. The front has vented brake discs and the rear has standard brake discs. Anyway, that is pretty much everything that I know about the car. I certainly hope that you enjoyed this little experiment, me reviewing a different car. Definitely put your thoughts down in the comments below so I can read through them, improve my videos in the future. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye!